Hi, good afternoon. Today I would like to ask your help to support an organization that I myself getting involved with. This organization is the International Rescue Committee, IRC. Its role and its aim is to resettle as many refugees as possible. The refugee problem is a temporary problem. Hopefully, we can handle it, but it's been growing because of the conflict areas are so many in our world. So what can we do about it? Let's get back and study a little bit of background of the refugee problem. We are living in an area of globalization. And globalization means, well, trying to improve the economy. There are no frontiers. Money is freeing flow from one point to the other one. People's mind is tremendously taken up by increasing economical success and development. And in this horrid area and rush to improve our livelihood, to provide economically for ourselves and for others, in plain English, American English, making as much money as possible, we tend to ignore the less fortunate and people who are a little bit left behind in this tremendous race. Now that creates an environment where people who somewhat left out of this process live in their own countries where recrudescence of identity politics is more likely to occur than other places. Now what does it mean? It would mean that people are more conscious about their ethnic, about their religious, about their political background than others, and they are becoming more and more assertive of their right versus that of their neighbors. And that can develop into regional, however minor, conflicts. So these people become busier fighting among themselves than participating in the rush for globalization and enjoy more part of it if possible. Now this is our responsibility, our more advanced societies. And the way I got involved in International Rescue Committee was through David Miliband. Well, I don't know if David Miliband is familiar to you, but he's a wonderful person, a young, energetic, compassionate person who does everything for displaced persons and wants help as much as possible. Just a little background about him is that he was a shoo-in for becoming the Prime Minister of Great Britain. But what happened then, as a member of the Labour Party in England, interestingly, his brother beat him to the leadership of the party. So his younger brother, Ed Miliband, became the Labour Party chief, as we know, and David was forced out from the leadership committee. Now, did it make him upset? No, not at all. A few years ago, everybody thought that one day he would become the Prime Minister of England, the resident of Downing Street 10. That's the big thing. And today, he's in New York. He just packed up from England, moved over here, and became the president of International Rescue Committee. That's fantastic. He wanted to reinvent himself. He's not disappointed about being beaten by his brother. He just wanted to do something what he does best, organize and create a better and more functional committee to be used for rescuing those who are displaced. Now, every 4 seconds, there is one more person who lost his or her home. And the average refugee today in the world is without a home now for more than 20 years. Now that's a very sad statistic. And this is Amnesty International data and several newspaper data. And I looked it up, frankly, on the internet, several sources. So there are plenty to do. And the interesting thing that the best way of approaching the refugee problem today is through non-governmental association. Because exactly what I just said before, governments are just too busy to gain economic growth, to get out of their own economic crisis, what the whole world faced just a few years ago and still is facing, and just gain as much financial advantage as possible. So this is a perfect place to step in for the non-governmental associations like International Rescue Committee, who has 12,000 employees or followers or members, and they all compassionate people, all work most of the time in conflict areas where immunization, disease prevention, and in general medical care is needed. This is a wonderful job, excellent for compassionate people. And I believe that people and leaders like David Miliband, it is just impossible not to become attracted to it and not to become infected with the nature of the work that he's doing, and he's doing it so well. So my argument is that if you really have time, energy, if you left a little money over, what you want to spend well, join International Rescue Committee. It is a fantastic, very effective organization that is created for helping those who are in need the most. I hope you're going to join me in supporting IRC. I urge you personally to do so. Thank you for your attention.